Arthur Hutchinson is one of the most notorious killers in British history, responsible for a brutal attack that shook Sheffield in 1983. Hutchinson broke into the home of the Laitner family in Dore, Sheffield on October 23, 1983, after crashing a wedding reception held at their house. He stabbed to death Basil and Avril Laitner and their son Richard, leaving behind a gruesome crime scene. During the attack, he also raped their 18-year-old daughter, who survived and later helped bring him to justice. Nicknamed the Fox, due to his ability to evade police while on the run, Hutchinson remained at large for several weeks, hiding in the countryside. He was finally captured in Hartlepool and charged with murder, rape, and burglary. In 1984 he was convicted and sentenced to life in prison, with the trial judge recommending that he never be released. He was later placed on the whole-life tariff list, meaning he would die behind bars. Emma Kenny's deep dive into Hutchinson's psychology and past crimes will likely explore how he developed into such a violent, remorseless killer. If you're interested in watching her analysis, it should provide valuable insight into his disturbing mind. Arthur Hutchinson's crimes were among the most shocking in British history, and his background sheds light on how he became such a violent and remorseless killer. Background of Arthur Hutchinson. Hutchinson was born in 1941 and had a troubled upbringing filled with violence and crime. From a young age he engaged in burglaries, theft, and violent offenses, leading to multiple prison sentences. His escalating criminal behavior eventually culminated in his most heinous crimes in 1983. Just before the murders, Hutchinson had escaped from custody while facing charges for burglary and attempted murder. Instead of lying low, he went on the run and targeted the Laitner family in one of Sheffield's wealthiest areas, Dore. On the night of October 23, 1983, he broke into their home after a wedding reception. Inside, he stabbed Basil Laitner, 59, Avril Laitner, 55, and their son Richard, 28, to death, inflicting multiple wounds. He then raped their 18-year-old daughter before fleeing. Dubbed the Fox by the press due to his ability to evade police while hiding in the English countryside, Hutchinson remained at large for several weeks. However, a massive manhunt eventually led to his arrest in Hartlepool. In 1984, Hutchinson was convicted of 3 counts of murder, 1 count of rape, and 1 count of aggravated burglary. He was sentenced to life imprisonment, and the trial judge recommended that he never be released. Later, he was one of the first prisoners placed on a whole-life tariff, meaning he will die in prison without the possibility of parole. In 2008, Hutchinson appealed against his whole-life sentence, arguing that it was unfair. However, in 2015, the European Court of Human Rights rejected his appeal, ensuring that he would never be freed. Arthur Hutchinson remains in HMP Franklin, a high-security prison, where he will spend the rest of his life behind bars. Emma Kenny's analysis will likely explore how his early life, criminal history, and psychological makeup led him to commit such horrific acts. If you want to learn more, her video should provide an in-depth psychological perspective on what made him such a demonic individual.